Hello and welcome back to Transfer Talk on Football Daily, where we break down the latest rumours and gossip surrounding the Premier League's best players. Remember, the most liked comment will feature on this week's Sunday Vibe, so leave your thoughts down below. Let's get into it. We kick off in Chelsea, where it's fair to say that things aren't going perfectly for Thomas Tuchel. His team have been strangely out of sorts for the last couple of months, winning just 3 of their last 10 league games, a run that has seen them drop 10 points behind leaders Man City, and being taken to extra time by League One side Plymouth Argyle in the FA Cup last weekend. Whilst injuries have definitely played a massive part in that, we can also speculate that the contract situations of some of their stars might be having an effect, with the trio of defenders, Azpilicueta, Christensen and Rudiger's futures still not decided. All 3 players are set to become free agents in just 4.5 months' time, with Barcelona continuing to be linked with moves for Christensen and Chelsea captain Azpilicueta, whilst Bayern, Man United, PSG and Real Madrid remain hopeful of signing Antonio Rudiger, who has been in quite simply magnificent form this season. But according to The Athletic, Chelsea remain reasonably confident of keeping all 3 at the club, with none of them having agreed a pre-contract agreement with another side as of today. Rudiger's situation has probably been the most talked about, with the 28-year-old's performances since Tuchel's arrival marking him out as one of the Premier League's best centre-backs. According to the Daily Mail, the former Roman man has reportedly rejected the club's offer of £200,000 a week to stay at the club, as he is holding out for £225,000 a week. Whilst losing Azpilicueta would be a shame given his magnificent service to the club over the last 9.5 seasons, it might feel like the right time to part. Whilst in the case of Christensen, despite his enormous promise, he is still not a nailed-on starter. Rudiger is different, however, with potential replacements for the German likely to cost over £60 million before we even get started on wages. It might make sense, therefore, to meet his £225,000 demands. Chelsea fans, what do you think though, and is this situation becoming a distraction to your season? Let us know in the comments below. We take a short trip to North London now, where Arsenal are continuing to deliberate about William Saliba's long-term future. The 20-year-old centre-back, who the Gunners signed in July 2019 for £27 million after a breakout campaign with Saint Etienne, is yet to make an appearance for the senior side, after being loaned back to Saint Etienne, Nice and Marseille in consecutive seasons. This season he has thoroughly impressed on the south coast, playing 1,980 minutes so far, the most in Jorge Sampaoli's squad. It's no surprise he's a near ever-present so far, with the 6'4" defender ranking first for pass completion, interceptions and clearances for France's second-best side as it stands. Unsurprisingly, this form has sparked interest from around Europe, with Real Madrid and West Ham monitoring his situation. But according to Defensa Central, Arsenal have no interest of selling the youngster this summer. This would seem to be backed up by Arteta's recent transfer decisions, with Callum Chambers and Pablo Mari having left the club in January, the latter on loan, leaving the Spaniard with Ben White, Gabriel and Rob Holding as their only senior out-and-out centre-backs. Gabriel and Ben White have formed a solid partnership this season, with Man City and Wolves the only sides to concede fewer than their 16 league goals in their last 17 games. The immediate need for another centre-back doesn't seem that strong, but with Gabriel having missed 7 games since his arrival, having a top-quality replacement ready to step in is essential if Arsenal to turn themselves into Champions League regulars over the next few seasons. One thing is for certain, if Arteta doesn't utilise Saliba soon, plenty of clubs will. But if you were the Frenchman, what would you do? Look to prove yourself at Arsenal, or search for guaranteed first-team football elsewhere? We take a brief trip outside of the Premier League now to bring you some news from Real Madrid. According to El Nacional, Karim Benzema is less than enamoured by the rumours linking Los Blancos with a move for striking sensation Erling Haaland this summer, believing his possible arrival will end his 12.5-year stint as Real Madrid's first choice number 9. The 34-year-old Frenchman remains in the form of his life, with a quite frankly ridiculous 17 goals and 7 assists to his name in 21 league games, meaning he's been directly involved in 50% of the league leader's goals to date. According to reports in the Spanish media, Benzema is keen to extend his current contract, which expires in 2023, before it runs into its final year. But with Florentino Perez having proved reluctant to offer long extensions to players over 30, the Frenchman might be left disappointed. Factor in the rumours around Erling Haaland, and it's little surprise that Benzema has reportedly demanded a meeting with Perez in March to talk things through. We aren't for 1 second suggesting Benzema will leave this summer, or that his concerns will mean the end of the Haaland pursuit, but it's an interesting subtext ahead of what promises to be a mental summer window. Watch this space. Back to Manchester now, and specifically Ralf Rangnick's Man United, who are reportedly lining up a massive move for Barcelona's Uruguayan centre-back Ronald Araujo this summer. The 22-year-old, who's been a regular at the club since the start of last season, has entered the final 18 months of his contract, and there has been loads of speculation about his future already. According to journalist Dario Montero, who was speaking to El Chiringuito, so perhaps not the most reliable source, United are lining up a big offer for the former Boston River defender. Montero claims that Barcelona wouldn't be able to match that figure due to their financial problems, which must be a concern to Xavi, who recently said the club wanted to extend Araujo's deal as soon as possible. There has been plenty of speculation that Ralf Rangnick isn't that impressed with Man United captain Harry Maguire, so any move for a centre-back this summer will clearly put his position under threat. Araujo is an excellent young defender with very sharp defensive instincts and an eye for goal too. But is he better than Maguire when the former Leicester defender is on form, unlike this season? Almost definitely not. This one therefore feels a little strange to say the least. Surely it won't actually happen. Or will it? Anyone looking to sign Declan Rice this summer will have to pay £100 million according to his manager David Moyes. The Scotsman was speaking yesterday ahead of West Ham's clash with Watford, and when asked about his captain's valuation, he had this to say.
Would you put him in the category of more than £100 million players though?
Well, yeah.
While Moyes was clearly deliberating about the various ramifications of saying that Rice was worth £100 million, it's clear that on the basis of his performances over the last 2 seasons, he must be close to it. The 23-year-old has missed just 7 league games since the start of 2019-20, become an England regular, and started a major tournament. Factor in that he's English and wanted by some of the Premier League's biggest clubs, and it's clear that any move for him will be close to the British record set by Jack Grealish last summer. Well, on the basis of his current performances, quite possibly. He's played 22 out of West Ham's 23 league games, contributed 5 goals and leads his side for tackles and interceptions, passes into the final third and carries into the final third too. In fact, only 3 players in Europe's top 5 leagues, the aforementioned Saliba, Maxime Lopez and Kovacic, have carried the ball further this season. Factor in that his pass accuracy is just shy of 91%, a figure topped only by Rodri of Premier League midfielders, and it's clear that Rice is playing at a truly elite level right now. In terms of potential destinations, it's been clear for months that both Man United and Chelsea will be looking to move for Rice this summer. According to the Mirror, Rice's preference is a return to Stamford Bridge, and the club that released him in 2014, where his best mate Mason Mount currently plays. Aside from the personal reasons, a move to the Blues makes sense for footballing reasons too, with Chelsea, the Champions League holders, having finished an average of 2 points ahead of United over the last 4 completed seasons. Whilst Chelsea have an elite manager at the helm, Man United continue to scramble around trying to create a blueprint for success. The only thing in United's favour is that the level of competition at Chelsea in midfield is far stronger, with the Mirror even reporting that they'd have to offload N'Golo Kante, who'll be 31 in March, to land Rice. Would you guys choose to sell the 2-time Premier League champion to sign Rice? Leave your thoughts down below. So guys, that was transfer talk for another week. What did you guys think of the stories? And if you're Declan Rice, which club would you choose, Chelsea or Man United? Answer those questions down below. And if you've enjoyed this video, please smash that like button and subscribe to Football Daily, and I'll catch you next time.